Yeah, but that'll be a lot. They got to see the pop. We gonna be in the back of their head. No much. Yeah.
You gotta give them no leg. There you go. There you go.
How are you? You guys ready to do the furniture today?
How are you?
Oh, for which one? Detroit?
Yeah. Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, this is all.
These are programs right here.
Okay.
You can start to pass these out.
Okay.
So nobody has them.
Right, so I should
Keep this
to
going.
everybody. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ray. I didn't realize that.
I'm just like, when I saw that, I was like, I don't want to.
To the back of somebody's head.
Next time, put him out.
Yeah, next time I'm.
All ready to get in trouble. I sent the message to you. That's right. You good? There you go. Oh, feel free, guys. How many you need? 5. Never mind.
Right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. So listen, before we get started, I have just a couple of things that I want to do, because we're going to start on time. First of all, I'm so happy to see y'all smiling faces. Where you at, especially for participants? Where you at? I will see you. I will see you. Good morning to you. Listen, there are a couple of people that I want to recognize on this morning. Now, don't y'all beat me up. Because if I had the money and the means to give it to everybody, I would. But there are a few people that I am going to just call out this morning. And so the first one is the person who made me cry in court. Who was there that day? I wrote down. So hand down. You're not supposed to say the judge never breaks down. Listen, they touched a part of me that had not been touched in a long time. And it made me recommit and remember why I do what I do and why this team is who they are and why I appreciate them so much. And so the first person I'm shouting out this morning is Jeffrey Sanders. All right, then. All right. Where is Karen Mosley? I have never had anybody thank me, Judge. I want to see you every week. Now, this is after he done been in jail. He had done pounded. He done cut me out. He done treated me horribly. But he said, I want to see you every week. And I see Cameron Mosley. He stood me up our first day. But I see him every week. So I've seen him every week since then. Come on, y'all, give it up for Cameron Mosley. Listen, there are some supporters. We're getting ready for a great time today. There are some supporters, thank you, supporters of people that are in our special support, who really work with me, who are there to make sure that they get their people, their loved ones there on time. And I want to recognize two of our supporters. The first one, if you can turn the music down just a little. The first one I want to recognize is Mr. Toller's sister. Where are you? I think you come on up. We have something for you. Family support is everything in special support. And I thank you. You have been there. Listen, when I couldn't beat her brother up because I wanted to keep my job, she would do it for me at home, okay? You probably know her brother is a graduate of our program on today. Thank you for your support. Here's the last supporter, and I'm so glad I got to see her. Mr. Al Karashani's mom, where are you? I need you to come up. Listen, she has been so patient. Her son gave me a run around. I promise if I could fight some of y'all and still have my job on Monday, I would. Mr. Al Karashani is one of those people I wanted to fight, but I didn't. His mom has stood by him. She brought him to every court date. She sat in the courtroom until we got to him. She cried with me. She cried for him. And she is still doing the wrong thing and helping her son get to sobriety and stay in recovery. Let's give it up for Ms. Holmes. Are you ready for the 2025 graduates of our 36th ministry? We are going to drop that off at 10:30 a.m. So stay tuned. Thank you for your attention. It's 10:30. That means we're going to drop that off. Play that music. All right.
Good morning, everybody. 36th District Court for the City of Detroit, the State of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Shannon A. Holmes presiding. While court is in session, we just ask that you guys keep all your phones on vibrate. And no extra talking, don't talk out of turn while the judge is talking or any of our special speakers are talking. With that being said, we hope you all enjoy it. Congratulations to the graduates. And thank you, everybody, for all baby staff.
Come on, let's give it a turn over graduate. That's a big one. Graduate. Don't stop celebrating. Come on. Awesome. They are wonderful. They are beautiful. They are sober. They are in recovery. And we can go and good on. Come on. Make them believe it. Come on. Celebrate. More opportunities than what was said. I'm alive. Thank you. You made me see that.
All right, excellent. All right, excellent. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. We appreciate you support of the 36th District Court Specialty Court. Today is a special day. It's a culmination of hard work, persistence, tenacity by our graduates. What they have done in their lives is they have enriched their lives immensely. They opened themselves up to healing, and they have made themselves vulnerable in a very good way. They've learned an enormity about themselves while in this program. We have no doubt that they will go on to succeed from here. They will succeed in their lives, and we are so very proud of them. To the team, I'm John Torres, the 36th District Court Coordinator. Our team has stood behind you through the good and the bad. Sometimes it's been a challenge, but it's been a good challenge to see you grow and succeed. And we are very, very proud of you. I want to recognize some of our team members that are here today, and this is just a short list, and there'll be other recognitions of so many players that have been involved with the treatment court here at 36th District Court. But of course, Judge Holmes, Director Wade, Director Wade, our treatment court case managers, Ms. Cleveland, Mrs. Darby, and Mr. Collins, our new Phoenix counselor. I also want to give a special recognition to case manager Kenneth Yancey today. But he's chosen today to celebrate you here on his birthday. So happy birthday, Mr. Yancey. Well, he really wants without recognizing Ms. Warfield, Ms. Walker, the Detroit Police Department, Wayne County Sheriff's Department, and all of the other players, and of course, Sergeant Coho. So we are so very grateful that you have recognized the success of our graduates. We are very proud of our graduates, and we look forward to a great program today. Thank you.
We have a musical selection by Mr. Remington Coleman.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I just want to say congratulations to all the graduates. This is a blessing. Yeah. Right? All that you've been through, don't take it as something negative. Take it as something positive. Like I always says that no one can form me wish for something. So sometimes go ahead and be informed, but it won't prosper. So why don't you take the learning and use it as a tool? Go to the next level. The work doesn't stop here. We continue.
Right.
Wasn't that awesome selection? Awesome. So I raise your welcome, but I welcome you again. I'd like to do some acknowledgements. First of all, I would like to thank all of our IT people. Because if you zoom in to Judge Holmes' courtroom, you will see us. And if you go to YouTube, but in courtroom 133, you'll see us there. So we're grateful for the IT people that made that happen. Thank you very much.
I would like to acknowledge All Rise. All Rise is our governance. They established the best practices and key components that we adhere to for our programs such as this, along with BJA, Bureau of Justice Assistance. Also with us in the virtual land is MATCP, the Michigan Association of Treatment Court Professionals. For the state of Michigan, Judge Holmes and myself served on that board. The 61st District Court in Grand Rapids is also watching us today, and we appreciate you as well. There's over 4,000 treatment courts. We so happen to be one of them, and we happen to be one of 10 mentor courts. So we thank you. All rise. I'd like to acknowledge any former special court judges in the room today. Judge Leonia Lloyd sent her message that she was unable to attend and she's going to be here. She's a longtime treatment court judge for 36th District Court. I'd like to acknowledge all of the employees present of the 36th District Court. In case you didn't know, the 36th District Court is the largest district court in the state, located in the largest county and the largest city. With some magnificent employees. So all the employees of the 36th District Court, please stand. I'd like to further acknowledge the court administrator, LaWanda Crosby Carter. And the deputy court administrator, Terrell Daniel. I would like to acknowledge the president of this wonderful campus, Mr. Furquan Ahmed, who is the senior vice chancellor and president of this campus. Certainly want to acknowledge him and his assistant. I don't know her exact title, but I've been working with her diligently over the last few months to make this happen. Amina, thank you both. I would like to acknowledge any clergy that's present today. If you are clergy, we'll ask that you stand, please. Thank you. Thank you. I know that one of the clergy is Pastor Jerome Warfield from Unity Baptist Church. Let's give him another. Treatment is the foundation to specialty courts. If you are a clinician and you work in this field, certainly we want to acknowledge your chosen profession on today. And I look out the audience and I certainly see some. Please stand to your feet. If you are a clinician, I talk to many clinicians, and they don't make a whole lot of money, but they have the desire. They have a desire to help people, and that's what specialty courts do. We help people, so we certainly appreciate them. Certainly one of our major partners of DMAN, Detroit Brain Integrated Health Network, is one of our primary major partners. We certainly appreciate everything that you do. Mr. White and Mr. Singular and Andrea Smith, teacher partners, I don't want to get to calling names because that's going to mess up. But we certainly, I would be remiss if we don't do that. I would be remiss if I don't acknowledge the employees that work at the Detroit Detention Center. And the reason for that is emergencies, unfortunately, don't just happen from 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. And in this business, for some reason, they don't begin to happen until 5 o'clock, and on the weekends and on holidays. Yeah. And we have to keep things going. And sometimes, they remind me gently, wait, did you know this is the holiday today? And I said, yeah, it is. And Judge Holmes is still working. She's a taskmaster because she's passion driven. She wants to help save everybody. But there's nothing wrong with that, because it could be your sister, your brother, your nephew, your niece, your mother, your father. So that's just the type of work we do. But we work diligently with DDC And a lot of that sometimes is after hours, the lives are saved because of it. I would certainly like to also acknowledge the many people that made contributions. All of the graduates is getting around $125 worth of gift cards as part of many other things. We would not have been able to do that without the help and the support, consistent support of the sponsors. So I thank you for that as well. We're gonna have remarks. I don't know if I saw Chief Judge McConico yet, so I will start with the remarks from the sheriff of Wayne County. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wade. Good morning, everyone. So protocol has been set, so I don't have to talk about all the people that got you all here, but if they've been names been called, so I'm gonna get back to you all right? All right. So here's the deal. So God has perfected that which concerns you, right? So what concerns you? The fact that you were here and placed in this program. But guess what? You finished it now, right? So God turned it around for your good, right? So it's been turned around now, and you all did the work and got to this point, you have to stay the course. You have to stay the course, because you're leaving here different, right? You're leaving here different than which you came. So God turned it around for you. Yeah. So look, all of us is here, we're rooting for you. We're praying for you. Because if you stay the course, you'll be successful in what it is that you need to do in your life, right? So whatever substance, whatever happened to got you here, it's done. It's done. It's over, right? It's over. So again, family members here who are supporting you, us in law enforcement here who are supporting you, because I don't want to see you all in my facility ever again, if you ever been there. And she said she ain't coming back, and we don't want you back, right? So we're gonna be praying for you. I don't want to take any more time to let you know that Wayne County Sheriff's Office will always be here for you, not to incarcerate you, but to help you be out so that you never come back in, all right? So feel free to call them. Thank you all, and God bless you all right? Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Washington. Before I call up Chief Medicine, I'm looking there at Commander Javon Johnson and Commander Michelle Palmer, who we work with so diligently every day, all day, after hours, holidays, whatever. And that's why you don't get to call names. But would you two please stand? And I don't know if Cole is here. When I say that they intricate part of the success of our program. I'm safe to say, Judge, that there's not another mentor court in the nation that has the relationships that we have with the law enforcement community, which is one of the reasons that we are mentor courts. So we are extremely grateful for you, and I would be remiss if I didn't do that. So thank you. We're going to have remarks by the chief of the Detroit Police Department, Tommy Medicine.
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I just want to get straight to it, but we got to give it up for our rock star, Judge Shannon. And she fights for you each and every day. I am so proud of you. Whatever she calls, I always say yes. I don't know if y'all know how many people are behind you, and how special you are, and how proud we are of you. And so with that, we're depending on you. We're depending on you to stay the course, like Sheriff Washington said. You have some very, very high esteemed people at every level of government, the private sector, just around the whole county of Wayne and around the country, from even the federal level, that's just depending on you, but more importantly, your family, your friends, the people that love you are counting on you. So with that being said, I want you to just really celebrate your accomplishments, take it all in. But remember, we're watching and we're praying, and we believe in second chances, third chances, fourth chances. We don't want to get to six chances. We want you to get it right. And so, the city of Detroit, we have things to just show how we really feel. Last week, or week before last, I had the opportunity to be at an event, Project Clean Slate. How many of you know about Project Clean Slate? You know about Project Clean Slate, because that helps you get your records expunged. That really helps you, and when you're doing the right thing, be able to start and not have that burden on you, so that if you want to, on a family reunion, if y'all decide to go to Windsor, you can. Also, if you decide to go on a field trip with your children and you want to be a chaperone, you don't have that on your record. You can. So it's so many opportunities, there's so many things that are here now that you know what you need to do, that we're going to do what we need to do to make sure that you have an equal playing field. So with that, stay connected. Check out the City of Detroit's website. Look at Project Clean Slate, because we believe and want you to have a clean slate. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Chief Medicine. Is there a representative from the mayor's office? Okay. Well, we're going to call for remarks from Dr. Mitchell of the class agency, who is responsible for everything that you see here. That's how we operate, through community partnerships. That's how we do it, and she has been an awesome supporter and partner, and she's an awesome human being. So please come on.
Thank you so much, Right, it's been a pleasure working with 36th District Court, and I'm so excited because this is my first time being here for the past two graduations. So I first want to personally congratulate all the graduates. Yeah. When somebody is deciding to take a journey towards recovery or being clean, whether from substance abuse, trauma, or housing instability, they're not just making a personal choice. They're navigating a system that's often isn't designed to help them succeed. Recovery doesn't happen in isolation. It requires wraparound support, housing, transportation, job training, childcare, and culturally relevant mental health services. Without these, we set people up to fail. Not because they aren't committed, but because the system is fragmented and full of red tape. So I just want to shout out Judge Holmes and the team at the court. Y'all are killing it. Y'all are intentional about the work and the support that these graduates get. It's not great organization coming together. It is graduates, it is hugging, kissing, fighting, being upset with each other, but never giving up on each other. It's more than systems serving. It is people who are burning the midnight oil, making sure other people get to the finish line. And so with that, I just want to acknowledge our community partners, our fund development officer, Gloria ZK at the City of Detroit. I want to acknowledge my team, and you would just stand, Erica Van Alstine, so my team, who works night and day to get people to the finish line, wanted to just acknowledge some of the Detroit home participants who killed it, really just did everything we said. We didn't have to fight, we didn't have to argue. And so Erica wanted to just have me name those program participants, and then she's acknowledged you with a trophy. So at some point during this ceremony, please get your acknowledged trophy. But Nora Garrett. John Redden. Congratulations again.
It's a true blessing to have someone on the Michigan Supreme Court that believes in and fully supports treatment courts. So we are extremely happy for that, and I would like for Justice Kyrie Golden to please come on up.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Okay, I was expecting to have to do that twice, but I see you're awake. This is a joyous occasion. So I'm Michigan Supreme Court Justice Kyra Harris Bolden. I am the Michigan Supreme Court liaison, and so I do these about once a month, and this is by far the largest that I have been to. So congratulations to the team and everyone that worked so hard. It's an honor today to stand before you, graduates, loved ones, judges, court team, and other supporters. And it isn't just a celebration. This is a triumph. This is a triumph for you. This is a triumph for your family. But more than that, this achievement is a triumph for the community and for Michigan, right? So I want to thank Chief Judge McConico, Judge Holmes, for inviting me to be a part of this wonderful celebration. Your remarkable leadership in the problem-solving courts has changed the lives of so many and has a positive impact on the community. So to the graduates, you didn't just complete a program, you rewrote your story. But today's celebration is not the end of your new story, it is the beginning. Because of your courage, your dedication, your new story is one of hope. And because of your hard work, your new story is one of anticipation and excitement. And because of your passion to succeed, your new story is one that inspires others to write their own story of success. So I just want to say, as a problem-solving court liaison, that problem-solving courts work. They work. So I'm going to give you a few statistics, and I want you to stay with me for a moment. Mental health court graduates reported an amazing 98% improvement in their overall mental health after completing the program. Unemployment among veteran treatment court graduates dropped an impressive 92%. These wins not only mean a better quality of life for the graduates, but also stronger families and safer communities. And we know that this system is not necessarily set up for you to win, but I believe that treatment courts are what justice really represents. So to the community, this is what justice should look like and does look like in our community. A system that doesn't punish, but heals. That doesn't just ask, was the law broken, but also, how can we help and how can we heal? You are the reason that these courts exist, and you are evidence that they work. And your journey lights the path for those that come after you. So walk tall, speak your truth, and never forget that your voice matters and your future is still being written by you. Congratulations, you've earned every bit of this moment. Thank you so much for having me.
Another one of the reasons that treatment courts work is because they get supported. How they get supported? Well, if the person at the top and the administration doesn't believe in treatment courts and they don't support it, then you won't be successful. We are extremely blessed and grateful, especially myself, that they believe in us and they support us. Our court administration, our chief judge, believe in treatment courts, and they enable me to do what I do. And I'm extremely grateful for that. So I'd like to call up our Chief Judge, C. McConico, for his remarks. Good morning, everyone. I'm Bill McConico. I have the honor of being the Chief Judge of 36th District Court. And I have some strict instructions from Judge Holmes that I have 2 minutes to speak. And so you guys know that Judge Holmes' instructions are not they're not optional or advisory or recommendations. So I'm gonna adhere to that strictly. But before I start my remarks, this week the court has undergone some extreme tragedy. We lost on Monday 2 of our judges. Judge Shannon passed on Monday morning, and our visiting judge, Virgil Smith, passed Monday morning. And so I'm going to ask that everyone give a quick, brief moment of silence on behalf of the legacy of Judge Donna Millhouse and Virgil Smith. Thank you. All right. So, this has been a tough week, as I stated, but I've looked forward to this all week. We started the week with tragedy, and we're ending the week with triumph, being here for you graduates. I've had the honor also of being a professor here at Wayne County Community College for 13 years, and I have never walked in any building and seen any room look like this. I had to drive around the parking for about 8 minutes trying to find a parking spot. Not because someone was in trouble, but because we're all here to celebrate you. And I want you to realize that we are proud of you and what you've done. As Mr. Wade spoke, specialty court is very important to me as the Chief Judge of 36th District Court. It was just a docket when I became chief. Had a meeting with Judge Holmes, and we made it a division. And we made it that any resource, we have a standing rule, and I say at every graduation, anything Judge Holmes asks for, the answer is yes. Period. Because she's never going to ask for something that's for her, that's selfish. It is all to benefit the people in this program. This program is hard. And we know when people come into this program kicking and screaming, literally kicking and screaming, that's not like an analogy. Like some of you are being dragged into this program. But it's an intensive program. And you see where you are today. And you see all these people out here. They're here to support you. If there's anyone who's a family member, an ally, a friend of a graduate, could you stand up, please? Judge Holmes. I want you guys who are standing up. Don't stop. Stay back up. I want you to repeat after me. I want you to say your graduate's name. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it in unison. All right, say their names. Tell them you're proud of them. Tell them you love them. Tell them you love them. Tell them you love them. All right, thank you very much. All right, graduates, you stand up. Now you look at those same people, and you say their names.
Oh my God.
Say their names. Say their names. Say thank you. Put that with my sense. Lies. And you still admit me. And I'm proud of me. And I love me. And I love you. And I'm a changed person. And I'm going back. Thank you very much. Now listen. Last thing I'm going to say. Again, I know you're a changed person. I know if you go through this program, you got to change to come through this program. And what I need you to do is I need you to stay feeling the way you feel today, though. And there are people who are not in this room that you hang around with. Stay with them. Stay with the ones who are here with you today. Don't go back to the folks that trigger you. The folks that may want to celebrate your graduation with a cocktail. They may want to celebrate your sobriety with a joint. No, that's not how we celebrate sobriety. We celebrate sobriety by leaning inward and say, I'm not going back to that. So some people you might have to lose. You might have to love them from afar. Love them through a text message. You know, a little post on Facebook or something like that. You can't be with them. Because Judge Holmes, the case manager, is not going to be with you 24 hours a day. And you got to make good decisions. You know, Judge Holmes is not going to be at the cookout on Sunday. Right? It's not working the grill on Sunday. But if there's a person that's there that is working the grill, that may take you down the wrong path, get out of that cookout. Stay in the right places. If you stay in the right places and realize this journey is a daily journey, you'll be okay. And the last thing I want to say is 36th District Court loves you. We're here for you. You're not under any supervision from this court anymore. But come back and check in. Say, I'm doing well. Or say, I'm having a struggle. Because if you're having a struggle, it's okay. It's okay. Lean into it, but don't give into it. And I want you to remember one thing. On this front row, now, there are more people and dignitaries here for you than were there with Judge Holmes, Judge Perkins, myself, when we became judges. You got sheriff, you got 2 police chiefs, you got lieutenants, you got council members, you got county clerk. They're here for you. Don't let yourself down, don't let them down. And remember, we care for you. Congratulations, Thank you again, Chief. I'd like to acknowledge Councilman Scott Benson, I believe I said. Thank you for the sponsorship as well. Is there a representative here from the city clerk's office, Janice Country's office? I'm sorry, Judge Perkins, Sean Perkins, thank you. Okay, we'll have remarks from James White, who is now the president and CEO of the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network.
All right, good morning, everybody. So I got a couple of prepared remarks. I'm gonna go away from them in a moment. Following Judge McConico is not fair, but I do want to make sure that I say thank you to some folks. I want to thank my board of directors, the Substance Use Disorder Policy Oversight Board, our D1 staff who's here in the room, and certainly thank you to Chief Judge McConico for his work in this community. I've had the pleasure of working with him now for many, many years in my previous role, and certainly in my role currently with the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network. Thank Chief Judge Pro Tem Austin Garrett, Honorable Judge Shannon Holmes. Thank you for advocating for folks. When I was police chief, you beat me up a little bit, and now over at D1, you still beat me up a little bit. So, telling me what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna do, because you're telling me that because of what I'm looking at here today. And Mr. Wade or Mr. Wright Wade, as the kids say, I was today years old when I realized your first name is Wright and not your first name is Wade. So thank you for what you do. This is just absolutely amazing. So, okay, one way from these prepared remarks, I want to say something. Look around. Look around. Isn't God amazing? Isn't God amazing? When people tell me nobody cares, I want to introduce you to some nobodies in this room. That front row of nobodies of these people that are here simply because they believe, support, and love you. These nobodies are the judges and Supreme Court judges that are here. Never let anybody tell you nobody cares, because we do care. We at D-Wing care, and it's not gonna be easy. And like Chief Brotherson indicated, second chance, third chance, you know, we're all not on our first, second chance. Many of us are on our third and fourth second chance for many different reasons. We're not better than you. We're you, and we hope that you see us
in yourself. You can do what we do. Don't give up on yourself. You've gone through a program and filled this room because people care. You've now turned the page. We know what the book reads like. We know what's happened. We've heard about what's happened. We've heard about the falling down. But now you're back up. And now you turn the page. And that page is blank right now. And it's up to you. It starts right now. What's that page? What's that book going to say about you and what you were doing? We believe in you. We believe in you in Deepland. I'm going to give you a number, by the way. And I want you to keep this number, 1-800-241-4949. 241-4949. If you wake up one day and say, man, this is harder than I thought. As the kids say, life is life, right? That barbecue that the judge talked about, you don't even see barbecue, all you see is the liquor, right? They walking in with barrels of it. Call us. We will come to you. Andrea, raise your hand. She's got a mobile clinic, folks. A mobile clinic. We will come to you. So no excuse. We're coming to you. We will expect you to succeed. But we're going to inspect. We inspect what we expect. We're going to be there for you to make sure that you're succeeding. So call us, free of charge. We'll come out to you. I want to just leave you with one final thing. One of my favorite quotes in my life that I stumbled across many years ago. And it's relevant right now. It is by the late Dr. Benjamin Mays. And what Dr. Benjamin Mays says, he's a civil rights pioneer from way back when. He says that every man and every woman is born into this world to do something unique and something distinctive. Every man, that's the gift that God gave us. Born into this earth to do something unique and distinctive. And if he or she doesn't do it, it shall not be done. That means that you uniquely have to do this. And you've already done it. You've turned the page. You're sober. You've shown resilience. Your unique, distinctive thing now is to stay there and to bring somebody along with you and tell your story. Write a book and let that book include all you've gone through to get to this point. God bless you and congratulations.
Before we bring up our leader, if anyone has come in late, any elected official, any former judge or current judge, I'd like to acknowledge you if you would please stand if you came in late. I don't want to miss acknowledging you and thanking you for your support. Okay, so this young lady who's a judge doesn't need an introduction because you've heard a lot about her, but I don't know if some of you know or not that besides being a judge, she's a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a first lady, and she does it all. Remind her about self-care. Because she is so passion driven sometimes that she forgets about taking care of her own self. Right. So we just want to salute her for the work that she does. She's an awesome leader. Judge Shannon A. Holmes. Good morning. Listen, I know that they have said thank you to a lot of people, but I've got 2 minutes. Who's going to be my timekeeper? There are some shout outs that I need to give out. Are y'all ready for some shout outs? Shout out first, our graduates. Did the dog put up with me? I have put up with them. They have made it to this day. I need y'all to shout them out just a little bit. The family and the friends of our graduates who have been by them, who have stuck with them, who have stayed the course. Come on, let's shout them out. My staff that they put up with me too. I have Miss Mac, and I have Officer Love, and I have Officer Jordan. Oh, and Tiffany Moore, where is she?
I need to shout out my staff because they are the ones who I can call in the middle of the night and say, hey, Officer Rizzo has somebody in the back of the DPD car and I need you to arrange him. Get up, take your do-rag off, rinse your mouth, because we got work to do. And they get up, they take their do-rag off, they rinse their mouth out cold, and they get on and they do this work. So I want to shout out my staff. We can shout out the authority and and I know the graduates gonna shout them out. That have no back. Let's start with the prosecutor, Shannon Walker, because she really make those offers and when I be looking at her profile, like you doing what, you saying what? She still advocates for you all while balancing the interests of the public at large. So we shout you out today, Shannon Walker. I don't have my glasses on, I can't see you, but I feel you in the room somewhere. Shout out our defense attorney, our lead attorney, all night long, you told people. I also need to shout out Robert Franklin. They're not just laying down hands or something, they might be content. You know what you want to do. But they are here today, and we shout them out. On today, I want to shout out all of the volunteers that made this happen. LaDon Banks, where are you? Graduation. Well, she wants to work the graduation. I want to tell you all, thank you. I want to also shout out those individuals in my courtroom. Courtroom 133. We have an incentive counter. There are people that tell us we don't give you incentives, and they don't, but there are those that don't say a word. They just slide in and put incentives on the counter. I want to shout out those folks from Team Jefferson. Very she things on the incentive counter. I want to shout out Pastor Jerome Warfield, who places things on the incentive counter through his daughter, Jessica. Attorney Joyce Reed-Nova, team things on that incentive counter. Magistrate Tartaya, you're probably in here, but with all 25 gift cards and $25 each, so you all can have incentives when you're doing right. I want to shout them out on today. I want to shout out the lab technicians and I want to shout them out on today. I want to shout out, listen, Miss Timmy Parker and Felicia Niles and Leslie Foster and Dr. Denise Davis. They keep my docket in order and they keep me in order. Come on, let's shout them out. I want to shout out everyone that I have on speed time. I will call you up. I don't care. Your wife could be in labor. Where is Jonathan Williams? Your wife could be in labor. I need a favor, Jonathan, and I can get it done. Naomi's Nest, I can do it. You have been awesome. I want to shout out the police department. It started with James White. They are both their yes means yes, and they mean yes. Period. And James White has been one of those people. It started with him and then it transferred to Chief Medicine. Thank you for your yes being yes. And I appreciate everything you do. We love Officer Rizzo. Although we gotta find some better time to pick people up that night. Yes, I do. I need to shout out on today the folks at the DDC, the Detroit Police Department. That's the detention center. I know y'all not gonna shout them out, but I'm gonna shout them out so they will get y'all and get y'all arraigned so I can get you back into treatment. And so today I shout them out. I want to shout out our jail, our sheriff, our Wayne County Sheriff. I gotta do better than that. I met with him, gave him the vision, and although he didn't say that, he always tells me that He never told me no. I'll put it that way. His yes has been yes. From Commander Bowman to Sergeant Cole, and I appreciate you, Sergeant Cole. This is his birthday, and he came to celebrate with us. I didn't even come up here, Sergeant Cole. This is the guy that keeps us in line at the jail. When the sheriff gave his word that the jail would be there to help us, they put it in the hands of Michelle Bowman and Sergeant Coho. And you know I love you. I know I get on your nerves. But so hey, you need to say no. You went on my nerves. Today, I want to express that love and gratitude that the team has for you. And so we have put together a Las Vegas bag for you. We're going to go on a trip to Las Vegas. Chief McConico, you have been summoned back. Come on, I have just a few. Chief McConico, I need to shout now. Chief McConico, we are Chief McConico. Listen, I have the chief judges that have said yes, but did not really believe in the vision. And Chief Judge McConico, when he took over, not only did he say yes, but he believed in the vision and he put everything in place to make sure that his yes could be materialized. And so I want to tell you publicly, thank you for everything that you do, for caring about folks, for coming down to speak with the 89-year-old veteran that wanted to just talk your head off, with all of the work that you had to do. I thank you for being who you are and for supporting us in this endeavor. I need y'all to shout out my chief, Judge William. I know I think I spent about 1 minute now. I even smile out the 36 district judges who continuously refer people to our program because they believe in the vision. Shout out Judge Sean Perkins. Judge Keith Lenise Wynn and Judge Austin Warren, our program judge. Thank you for believing in our program. I want to shout out the administration at 36 District Court, Ms. Stephanie Carr and Ms. Chanel Mendez. Thank you for always believing in. I need y'all to look at that right. It wouldn't happen that they did not put their brains and their beauty together to make it go down. And so I thank you. I want to also shout out our MATCP, that is our state governing body for our specialty courts. We appreciate your training. And then I want to shout out all rise for the exceptional training and guidance that they give us so that we don't just be the biggest specialty court, but that we have the best specialty court in among the best in this country. And then lastly, I do have to shout out my family, my friends, and my God, who gives me what I need every day to get up and press my way to come to work. Whether I'm sick, whether I'm well, whether I'm having a good day, a bad that had a broke foot, thank you for reminding me that it wasn't going to keep me. I never go after. Yeah, he come to work. But there is one last person that I need to shout out because he knows so much behind the scenes. I know I've been on his nerves. And we go back and forth. I told him that the other day, and he said, Judge, he called me back. He said, Judge, I never knew I got on your nerves. I'm like, I don't know how you did that. But get on each other's nerves. And so I am so grateful to have leadership at the court that believes in the vision, that believes in helping and restoring lives, that cares about individuals. And so I need you all to get on your feet and join me in celebrating Director Right Williams. All right, there you go. Listen, we are now going to have a musical selection from King High School under the direction of where the King High School people. Come on, nobody in here graduated from King High School? All right, well, y'all gonna wish y'all had. We have some people that are coming. They are going to do a musical selection under the leadership of the newly retired director, Juanita Jeffrey. And so we are excited for them. Listen, after you hear the King High School, after they sing, we are going to have our speaker. And I need you to make sure, especially those in the program, that you pay attention, because on your next court date, I am going to ask you, what did they talk about? And so Stacy Foster, who is one of our providers, he's one of my providers. He and his wife, Stacy Foster and Donnie Foster. And I know I had a sheet that I was supposed to read off of, but I'm going to deviate just for 1 minute. Mr. Foster, he has several masters. Mr. Foster, he runs our HEAP program, and the exhibits that you see outside is from the HEAP graduation that we had just recently, and they did a phenomenal job. But here's the thing I love about Stacy Foster and Donnie Foster. When we were looking for people to do HEAP, because we needed more classes for our African American men and for men that are steeped in urban culture, Stacy Foster and Donnie Foster, who did not have a contract with D-Win, said that we believe in the vision, we will go and get certified, and we will offer the class without any money, without any payment. We want to do it because we love the people. And let me tell you what they did. For 9 months, they did their class every single week. Not only did they do their class, but they fed the participants every single week. And so when I do school that have a home service that is not about a paycheck, it's not about your name being recognized, it's not about somebody knowing who you are or that you have some power and authority, but they do the work. I am so grateful. So on today, you are in for a treat. After the King High School choir sings, then we are going to hear from Stacy Foster. Thank you for your attention.
Example, we could be, but don't you ever give up on your hopes and your dreams. You gotta get up, and let go. To be strong, if we try, we can fly to a whole nother place. All we need is belief and a smile on the face. We can go anywhere we want. Any road we decide to take, and we're never too far from tomorrow today. It's tomorrow, there's light in a place where there's none. Then now is the time to have faith in a song You know we're all in this one, and we all can belong. We gotta get up, get over it, get it on. So be strong. If we try, we can fly to a place in the sun. All we need is precious dreams and a friend we can trust. We can go anywhere we want, any road we decide to take. And we're never too far from tomorrow today. Everybody say tomorrow, it's us. It's gonna ask me to love. You're right. But I promise, it's something, you know.
You're far away, and I know it's me still far away. Never the promise of today.
Promise of today, never far away. Never far away. Promise of today.
You gotta be ready to that. And then, before we go on, I know we've already celebrated everybody. I want you to put your hand together one more time for Judge Shannon Holmes. Listen, Sarah, I said the same yesterday. Someone said it best. They said you can a person can impress you from the distance, but they can only impact you from the far. Judge Holmes has impacted you. Oh, y'all, I watched her. I told you, I watched her celebration. I watched her rebuke. Thank you one more time. I'm so excited to be here to see each one of you as graduates. But the reason, and Judge Holmes kept sharing some of the things about me, and I'm glad she didn't read my bio. I'm glad she didn't read that because it's not about me. I'm glad that she said things that she said, but really the thing that I want to say is we come to celebrate you. Oftentimes, you're tolerated and not celebrated.
That's right.
The reason that I volunteered and said, hey, listen, I want to go ahead and do this because I heard her heart. I heard her passion say, I want to get a heat program started. The reason that I wanted to do it is because I was you. You see, I sat where you sat. See, in 1987, I found myself homicidal and suicidal. I had come to a place where I wanted to kill myself and take my life or kill somebody. I grew up in a small city outside of Tampa, Florida. I grew up in a very broken home, a home where my dad was a hustler, he was a street guy, he was a very violent guy, he was a very mean guy. My mom loved God with all of her heart. But I wanted to be like my dad. My dad owned a pool hall, a restaurant, an auto body shop, and every day after school, our job was to go to the restaurant. And we would go to the restaurant, and our job was to help mom with wash dishes and flip burgers. But I wouldn't stay at the restaurant. I found myself going to the pool hall. And at the pool hall, there were all the people, the hustlers, the dope dealers, the prostitutes. Everybody you could think of was there. They became my heroes. They became the ones that I wanted to be like. I wanted to model my life. By the time I was 13, I did a whole lot of firsts. I smoked my first joint. I decided at 15 years of age that I was smarter than my teachers, my parents, and I decided to drop out of school. I decided I wanted to go ahead and live that life. By the time I was 16, I decided to go to a place called Job Corps. Anybody hear Job Corps? They wiped it out now. That was in 1981. They wiped it out. That's one of the worst things I think this president or this administration could have done. Job Corps gave me a chance to go and get some skills and to learn some things that has the independent life at 16. But I got caught up into the lifestyle there. I began to sell drugs at Job Corps. And again, any fool can tell you what I'm telling you. So I'm not telling you this to brag on my past, but to share what God did. I began to sell drugs and do what they call petty loan sharking. But I gave you $50 on payday, you owe me $100, and so forth and so on. At the end of that year, the director came to me and said, Stacy, we know what you're doing. Either you go home or you're going to jail. I went home and I began to pursue the dream that I had in my life or in my mind when I was 13 years old, to become one of the top dope dealers in my hometown. I had all the things that the world would tell you will make you happy. Money, cars, women, all the things that the world would tell you will make you happy. But I was still empty. One day, someone came to me and said, hey, Stacy, Officer Holmes wants me to set you up. I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. He made a phone call. That was back in the day. I'm going to date myself when you could really drop a dime. He made a phone call, and I remember listening on the other end of the call where he said, hey, you want me to get with? He said, Stacy, Kevin's little brother, the one with the gold tooth and the gold Trans Am. My heart sank because I've always been a good person. In my heart of hearts, I've been a good person, but again, I don't believe God makes winners and losers, He makes choosers. You show me who you hang with, and I'll show you what you'll become. But in that moment, I decided, you know what, I'm going to get away from the situation, and so I decided to run to the military. I went into the military, and when I went to the military, the first 2 months, I was away from the drugs, I was away from the violence, I was away from all the alcohol. For the next 2 months, I was in my individual training on what they call AIT. There, alcohol and drugs was rampant. My first tour of duty was in Mainz, Germany. Went to Mainz, Germany, and usually when people go to Europe, they travel to go and see all of Europe. I didn't go to any of those other European countries, even though they were close by. I would go back and forth to Amsterdam. If any of you know anything about Amsterdam, drugs are legal there. You can go inside of a bar or a hotel, you can order whatever type of hashish or marijuana you want and get high right there. And so back and forth I would go. One night I was on my way back to the base because it was time for duty, 4 o'clock in the morning. I got there was a German Fraulein or a German young lady that was there. She asked me for a cigarette, no big deal. I gave her the cigarette. But then there were some journalists that were hanging around and they started speaking German. I spoke a little German and I understood what they were saying. They were saying things like, you stupid American, go home. I always had this attitude, this violent streak in me. And so I remember turning around to the guy, and I turned around and I shoved him. And I said, shut up, you don't know me, know nothing about me. But when I shoved him, I decided, you know what, it's not worth it. I turned towards the taxi that had lined up to take me home. Before I knew it, he had shattered a half-gallon bottle on the left side of my face. I reached down and grabbed him and threw him to the ground, but before I knew it, the blood was trickling in my eye. As I wiped the blood from my eye, I looked up to try and find out where he had gone, and I started walking the direction that he had headed off to. Couldn't find him. The police out of the German police and the ambulance pulled up. They threw me in the ambulance. They strapped some guards up top and down the bottom. They took me to the Rhine Air Base. They told me to get out. I walked inside of the emergency room. They strapped me to a table. For the next 3.5 to 4 hours, they put 52 stitches down the left side of my face using no anesthesia. I got 52 stitches from inches from my eye all the way down, an inch from my chin. The next day, the CID, military police came in. They wanted to find out what happened. I said to them, you don't have to take a report because if I ever see this person, I'm going to kill them. For 2 weeks, I stayed in the hospital because my head was swollen out to here. I was angry. I was bitter. After I was released for the next 18 months, I would go to the train station, to the bond hall, looking for that individual. I'm thankful that I never found him. Thankful. But when I returned to the States, on that 30-day leave, my brother and a friend introduced me to a drug that I would never introduce to my worst enemy. They introduced me to rock cocaine, crack cocaine. First time I hit the pipe, no big deal. I didn't understand the hype. Second time I hit the crack pipe, Still couldn't understand. Third time I hit the crack pipe, I was strung out. Every dime I made, legally or illegally, I spent next 30 days on crack cocaine. My next tour of duty was in Junction City, Kansas. In Junction City, Kansas, I didn't know anybody. The only people that I knew in Junction in Kansas was and Toto from the Wizard of Oz. They were trying to get out of Kansas. I had a cousin that was there on that military base, and he introduced me to a young lady by the name of Jeanette. I was 21, 22 years of age. Jeanette was a female lesbian gay. Y'all figure that out? If you don't know, ask Judge Holmes or her staff, they'll tell you what that is. And Jeanette had girls who sold their bodies to support her lifestyle and habits. Jeanette and I struck up a strange relationship. I became Jeanette's enforcer. In other words, I would go up on the stroll, and at night I would make sure that the girls were okay, and I would be the one to knock on the door and make sure that John and the Trick would leave when they had to leave. Jeanette and her girls, they did drugs too. They didn't do crack cocaine, and hadn't made its way up to Kansas. They shot cocaine, they shot her and called it street ball. I did what I would never find myself doing. I said I would never stick a needle in my arm. But guess what? I said association brings about assimilation. Again, I show you who you are, I'll show you what you become. I found myself jacking off cocaine and heroin night after night. One night I went into the barracks, they had a surprise urinalysis test. It wasn't a surprise to me what they were going to find. I pleaded amnesty, was simply meant that I was trying to get out of my situation. So instead of kicking me out of the military, they put me in a treatment program. It was simply a 4-day program. But I went into that 4-day program, and I never intended to get myself right. I just didn't want to get kicked out of the military. By the end of those couple months that I was there, my time was up, and the very way that I came into the military, I was leaving. Came in private, nothing, I was leaving. A private, nothing. I went back home. When I got back home, I decided that I was going to go and pursue that dream again. I did for a while, but I wound up becoming my own best customer. One night, after several days of being on a bench, came back home, found myself growling through the pots in the kitchen. I wasn't hungry. Any of you ever been on drugs, you know you weren't hungry. I just growled through the pot because that's what you do. When I walked in the kitchen, my mom walked out, and my mom looked at me and she said, "What's happening to you, Stacey? You're not my same baby boy." And I looked at this woman who would give me her last dime, who would hide plates in the drawer to feed me because my dad told me I couldn't eat food. My dad walked out, and my dad walked in, and he came out and told me my dad was one of the meanest men that he might have or father. He looked at me and he said, "Stacey," he said, "you smoke the rock, you like the rock, you gotta eat the rock. You can't stay in my house, you can't eat my food." That didn't bother me. I had been a survivor since the time I was 13 years of age. What bothered me was the woman that I knew loved me and that I loved people. And how I broke her and she couldn't do anything about it. I went in my bedroom, lay across my bed, and I remember I cried like a baby, and I was never gonna cry again. And that night, I cried out to a God I had never known. And I said, "God, if you really God, if you're not like Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny or some other creatures, if you are really God, if you save me, I'll serve you." I can't tell you that night that angels came in the room and the light went up, but I knew that something shifted. Next couple of days, someone called me and they told me about a program in Bradenton, Florida called Loving Hands Ministry. I would go to that program because I was homicidal and suicidal. They took me in, but they only took me in for 2 weeks. Then they said, "Son, we gotta put you out until we get more space because there are so many people on our waiting list, and we only took you in because of emergency." I was angry and I was upset, but there was a white guy who was there by the name of Bobby Green. Bobby Green was from Michigan. Bobby Green had been in Jackson prison for 35 years. He came and he said, "Stacey, there's a program in Detroit that if I make a phone call and you can get there, they'll take you in." I did the interview. They said, "If you got $75, you can get a bus ticket or a plane ticket, you can come to our program." I had no money. Called my mom and she said, "The day that I dropped you off, Stacey," she said, "there was a check in the mailbox for $2,700 that the military had given me because of the disability, because of the scarring headaches that I had. So I suffered because of the headache." You see, God's train may be slow, but it's always right on time. I fell in Detroit. I fell in love with Jesus Christ. I fell in love with his word. And God changed me. That was October 5th, 1987. My life has never been the same. You say, Stacey, why did you tell us the story? See, any fool can tell you the story. But I tell you the story because I want to remind you of what God reminded me of in 1987. That he's got a plan for you. It's really not for you. Right. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "It's why I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." Says, then you'll come to me and pray to me. You'll seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. I shall be found by you, declares the Lord. Let me tell you something. Almost 40 years now, I've been serving God. In Numbers chapter 23, verse 19 says that this way, God is not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he will change his mind. He doesn't speak and then not act. He's not fickle like us, nor promise and not fulfill. God will do exactly what he says he will do. You get ready to leave here today. We celebrate that. But this is just the beginning. See, when you leave here, you're going to have to make choices. Right? Remember I said to you that God doesn't make winners and losers, he makes choices. You got to come up with a plan because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. There's going to be an enemy waiting to seduce you when you leave this room to lure you back into that lifestyle. A drink, a smoke, it just starts with something small. But a little leaven alone. So I want to remind you, not only does God have plans for you, but you get to choose. You get to make a choice every day for the rest of your life. Someone said it this way, and I love this quote. They said, the day that we're born, we look like our parents. But the day that we die, we look like our choices. From this day forward, start choosing a destiny and a lifestyle that God has already chosen for you. You're already great. You're already beautiful. I look out here, I would never know your story by looking at you. Just like you would never know mine. But I share it with you because I believe that the God that I serve, if he did it for me, he'll do it for you. Listen, I'll leave you with this. I had a GED when I came here. God has now got 2 master's degrees. I have a second master's degree. My wife and we were nonprofit and also own our own mental health practice. My wife, when she came here from Philadelphia, and I wish she was here this morning, but she couldn't make it here this morning. But my wife was like me. She came from Philadelphia, strung out on crack cocaine, 2 children. Barely made it to high school because she had a child at the age of 17. But right now she is working at 64 years of age on her PhD. Don't tell me about that. It's never too late to be what you might have been. I close with one of my favorite stories. There was an old wise sage who men would come from all over the world to glean from his wisdom. One day, 3 hoodlums decided to fool this old wise sage. They would take a bird, and they would take the bird in the palm of their hand, and they would ask the old wise sage, was the bird dead, or was the bird alive? You see, if the old wise sage said that the bird was alive, they were prepared to crush the bird in the palm of their hands, prove that the old wise sage was a fool. But if the old wise sage said that the bird was dead, they were prepared to remove a very alive bird behind their back. Once again, proving that the old wise sage was a fool. Old wise sage, is the bird dead or is he alive? Knowing either way, they would prove him wrong. Is the bird dead or is he alive? The old wise sage looked those 3 young hoodlums square in the eye. He said this. The answer to that question, my son, the answer to that question is in your hands. It's in your hands. The answer to the question, whether you believe me, you will stay sober, you will stay clean, you will go on and do great things, the answer to that question is in your hands. Congratulations once again.
What a powerful word indeed. We all think that we've been through something, then you hear somebody else's story and realize that yours wasn't as bad as you thought it was. We thank you for your sharing that testimony. This is awesome. Some people have come in, I want to announce them very quickly. One of the awesome judges of the First District Court, the Honorable Tanisha Yancey, has come in. And I will leave this, if I just acknowledge this employee of the financial, the fiscal integrity is so important when you have programs like this, because you deal with grant funding and you deal with getting money from outside sources. So it's so important that we have order when it comes to our finances. I'm extremely grateful for the whole day, our chief financial officer. Also want to acknowledge Carl Williams of Second Chance Transportation, who gets our people from point A to point B to make Mr. Corey is going to give you a quick word to the graduates. We want to hear from one of the graduates, that Corey Pickett, very successful, graduating, and he's also a single parent father. How awesome.
Afternoon. I had pleasure of being part of the 36 drug treatment court. Like I said, I'm a single father. My experience with 36 district was positive one. Changed my mindset. Help me focus. Stay sober. Stay still on the right path. Let's see. This experience has helped to change my life for the better. I know I have a positive mindset now. Judge Holmes, she showcased a tough love. She became like my accountability authority. So she made sure I stayed on task and I'm, met this goal that I set for myself. Me being a Black father, I felt the support she had to offer and gave me confidence I needed to persevere in my endeavors. While being in specialty court, I found some amazing resources like Pastor Stacy, who just spoke. He facilitated the HEAT program and gave a lot of insight on, just dealing with certain issues I got. I never thought that these resources would have been available for me being a single Black father, but I'm proud to say that Judge Holmes in 36th District definitely helped me with this. Again, I'd like to thank 36th District and Judge Holmes for providing the resources and the tough love that enabled me to have a positive outlook on my life, and not only for me, but for my son as well. On behalf of myself and all the graduates, again, I'd like to thank 36th District. Thank you.
All right, we are going to acknowledge our graduates at this time. We are going to ask Chief if you could come and lead the reception line, please. And any of our dignitaries that want to join in, because I want them to know they can be that close to you and not be in handcuffs, not be in a cell, not be in trouble. And so not be standing before the bench. I see you, Judge Yancey. Thank you for being here. And so we are ready. When your name is called, please come forward. I'm starting with Keyshante Gray. Come on, Miss. Gray. Awesome. All right, we are going to ask Chief if you could come and lead the reception line, please. And any of our dignitaries that want to join in, because I want them to know they can be that close to you and not be in handcuffs, not be in trouble. And so not be standing before the bench. I see you, Judge Yancey. Thank you for being here. And so we are ready. When your name is called, please come forward. I'm starting with Keyshante Gray. Come on, Miss. Gray. Awesome. Come on, y'all, celebrate each other. So proud of you. We're celebrating Wanda Jordan. Wanda Jordan, she wasn't coming to no graduation, but she came today. Miss Ray, who's getting up the bags, please? Come on, Miss Ray, you can come close. I promise I won't keep out here this time. Michael Boston. Nora Garrett. Nicole Scott. Marquita Boykin. Tina Winston. Come on, Tina. Awesome. Yes. All right, let's keep going. Brianna Williams. Jerome Thomas. Andrea Fitzpatrick. Jennifer Oliver. I have Callie Muck. Sidney Williams. Almost made me go to jail one day. Rolling on me in my private life. I'm like, girl, I'm not Judge Holmes today. I'm Shay from the block. And Elizabeth, you made it. Robert, yeah. Yeah. Let's keep going. I have Corey Pickett. Aaron Ford. Tremaine Staples. Alonzo Thomas. The only person I know who I have in the box and he's smiling and waving at me the whole time. I got my face, but he's so happy to be in the box. John Reddy. Come on. Awesome. I want to see that boy. There's his mom. Come on, give her a shout out. Mr. Reddy, y'all, Mr. Reddy, it's my guy right here. He done been to jail, he done been with lock, he done been locked up, and he did not think he could do this, and he did it. And I'm proud of you, and I need you to know that that strength that you have tapped into, that it's there, it's unchanging, you have what it takes to be on top. No looking back, no looking back.
Right.
And that means no going back. Come on, give it up for Mr. Donner. Number Owens. The non-Owens grade. You're not in the non. Julie. Patrice Ellis. Tia Wilson. James Tola. Come on, give it up for y'all. Congratulations. Come on, Mr. Owens. You know, Mr. Owensby has a fiance. He get ready to get married. He gonna be somebody love right. All right, we have Jasmine McDaniel. William P. Walters. Randy Baker is second. And Brandon Ortiz. So please stand, and then I need the audience to join us in celebrating our two. And we'll be watching. We thank you all for being with us today. Community college ministry, they have prepared food for us. And so I want to make sure that our distinguished guests go first. Our graduates, those that got envelopes, you know y'all need to read what's in them. Please make sure you read what's in them. All right, make sure. All our participants, please make sure that you don't leave without seeing your case manager. You are at liberty to eat at the tables or to eat in the seats, and it is some fantastic food that has been provided. I want to give a shout out for the DJ because we don't dance for that. Give a shout out for the DJ. don't know if y'all got time to do something ground today, but I'm gonna hang on. And so we want to celebrate. Thank you for joining us. Go and be well.
All right, just if we can have starting to understand when we very similar was that I need to stay good, but really would like to get your next question. Thank you.
Hi, 14. Cause I gotta, y'all gonna have to come to the court, you don't bad.
Yeah, and I'll check in along with that. Yeah, right there. Number one right there, bro. Anything else? And what is questions? That's right. You know, and I'll deliver them. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you. And let me tell you that here, and I'm not going to take it. I think we can do it.